Hello, everybody.
Hi.
Welcome, welcome. So good to see you all again.
Welcome to new doodlers as well. So we were supposed to have 2 or 3 more guests today, but we are having technical problems, so they couldn't get here. But we happily welcome Liz from Australia, who's with us again. And from Italy, we have Barbara and Alice. So, hi, everyone. So today, the word we will capture in our doodles is appearance. So as Karin starts to turn our guests' cameras off, our guests will prepare in the background. And we will mute. Okay, so our guests are preparing, are putting their sheets, their camera towards their sheet, and Karin will explain the rules of this activity with you.
Okay, for those who were not with us the last times, the rules are really simple, so don't get afraid. There's not much to think of, actually. Take a sheet of paper and a pen you feel like drawing with today, and then simply get comfortable and listen to the story we are going to tell you. And let your mind and your hand wander on your paper. Simply get lost. Draw whatever comes to your mind. And don't seek perfection. The definition of doodle actually means to scribble, sketch, make designs on paper, just often while thinking of something completely different. You probably do this anyway when you speak on your phone. Doodles, they can be literal or abstract. Sometimes it is even more interesting when they are abstract and just consist of forms or movements, patterns, because they hold hidden connotations and meanings. They show your emotions and they have the power to start very interesting conversations afterwards. The most important thing for you today is to let go. There are no possible mistakes. Anyway, what appears to be a mistake sometimes turns out to be an incredible gain. Ready? Our guests are now back, but actually it's better to not look at what they are doing. Turn your computer screen a little bit away from you and just listen. Let your hand be the guide into our word of the day. Appearance. So we all appear to be ready. Barbara, maybe you can show us your sheet as well, that we can see what you're drawing.
And Liz, I don't know if we're seeing Liz's ceiling or a sheet of paper.
We see a beautiful star.
Perfect.
Great. So, okay, now we seem to be ready. We will start really deep with the lyrics of a song that might have crossed your mind as well. Yes, you got what I thought of. Here is Meatloaf. But it was long ago and it was far away. Oh God, it seems so very far. And if life is just a highway, then the soul is just a car. And objects in the rear view mirror may appear closer than they are. Objects in the mirror are closer than they appear.
But let's not break the traditions and do as we always do every time we make you draw. First, we dig deep to really grasp the meaning of the word of the day. Here we go with some definitions. 1. The outward form of someone or something, especially as indicative of a quality. 2. Outward and often deceptive indication. Okay, that's not so easy to get. Here is an example. Can't you at least give the appearance of listening to what I say? 3. And here we go with the third definition. The act of coming upon a scene, like she made an appearance on stage.
One might say, do not judge by appearance. A rich heart may be under a poor coat. That's a Gaelic proverb. Or another one. Appearances can be deceiving. That is an old English saying.
So, if appearance is what seems to be, there is an opposition between the perception of something and its actual reality. Plato identified appearance with opinion and reality with the truth. And in the Advaita Vedanta school of Indian philosophy, the finite phenomenal world is regarded as an illusory appearance of the one eternal unchanging reality. Karin, have you ever been fooled by appearances?
Oh, I have to say that from time to time, even after a very long career, I still feel like in the famous story by Hans Christian Andersen and his Emperor's New Clothes. Especially at conferences, for example, I often hear people cover themselves with so many buzzwords without even knowing what they really mean or how they could be interpreted in their daily lives. But when you move really close and listen precisely, you understand that all those words of the moment are a fashion trend and that they reveal more than they cover.
I agree. The word community, for example, is very fashionable these days, and it drives me crazy to hear everyone use it, from schools to brands selling lettuce. Most of the time, it's used totally wrong. How many of all of these communities are really communities? I think that in most cases, they just consist of a simple group of passive consumers. And the whole world of politics, too, is often filled with false appearances. George Orwell once said that political language is designed to make lies sound truthful and murder respectable, and to give an appearance of solidity to pure wind.
Yet an impressive appearance on the world stage still can make you feel small. Only a few manage to combine a strong, powerful appearance and still make their audience feel empowered. Do you remember Barack Obama's "Yes, we can"? I felt that this was a unique moment where power met empowerment.
Yes, that was a memorable political moment. But talking of empowerment, sometimes changing one's own appearance allows to enter a role or feel empowered. It's like when you wear a mask. You can become someone else, or in some cases, you may even become more free to be yourself. It's like speaking through your online avatar versus face-to-face with someone. Some people manage to be even more honest if their physical body is hidden or transformed. Some of my friends, for example, are totally into the drag culture. They invent characters, play them, and let themselves improvise the most hilarious and creative situations.
Sometimes appearance confuses me. Having a kind of an Anglo-Saxon mindset, or being kind of the Nordic type maybe, I am quite used to say things straight the way I mean them. And obviously, in many other cultures, what you say is not exactly what you mean. And this leads to a lot of misunderstandings.
It can feel like you're playing cards together, but that each party follows different and sometimes contradicting rules.
Yeah, and the difference is they are very subtle. For example, when I go to Germany, and in Germany people order at the bar quite direct, in a direct manner. They say, ich krieg ein Bier, I get a beer. In my ears, this sounds kind of impolite, but of course it's not meant that way. And I would work my way timidly around the order at the bar and say something like, if possible, could I get a beer? There's no hurry, I am fine, and it's no problem if I have to wait a little bit.
Political correctness. Yes, I can also be very straightforward. And here in Guatemala, some people often think I'm being rude or insensitive.
Well, the word appearance also always makes me think of the American artist Bill Viola. I met his stunning work a few years back for the first time in the Berner Münster. In his videos that were exposed in that old Gothic church, people appear and disappear in water streams and in light. For example, his work, Three Women, the women of different ages appear out and into blackness. They do not really appear as individuals, but more like the essence of a human being getting older through time. Viola's works somehow visualize the inner being of a person being transformed. We change our appearance through time, and still we somehow are the same, isn't it? And sometimes what is inside also appears on the outside.
Well, we all sometimes need to just give an appearance, isn't it? And sometimes I'd wish to disappear, almost like a hologram, not really existing, yet being very present.
And now we are very curious to see what appeared on the pages of our doodling guests. They are still working and working. Can we ask you to turn around? Oh, they need a few finishing strokes, I guess, to make the appearance perfect. Can we ask you all to finish and turn around and show us your work?
So let's start with Alice. I'm going to unmute Alice and solo layout. Hi, Alice. Wow. Beautiful.
I don't really know why I did this. I was just listening and I was like, I tend to draw faces and
I don't see anybody but
flowers.
Beautiful. Thank you, Alice. Very deep drawing. And okay, now Barbara wants to show, so I will. We will put Barbara back in, unmute her, and solo layout. Yes, Barbara.
Yes. Do you want to show your drawings, Barbara?
No, because I don't hear you all the time, so I don't know. I don't know if because I think I lost a little bit of your speech. So I entered in where you was already talking. So the first the appearance was. I have to explain.
Yes, go ahead.
The idea of appearance was like the idea of an explosion. So like a light, something like this. So it was like, wow, something like this. And then when you said what you appeared inside can appear also outside, that's why I said when I think you feel gratitude and or love inside, you can see also from outside the person, because it's like an radiance comes out what you have inside, and also can be also the character. And then appearance, something that appeared when you maybe think something about yourself, and you walk and you think about things. It was like the idea was walking in a grass place with grass. You sorry, well, this side. Like this, and walking into the grass, and then appeared something like the idea was like a sculpture, like my sculpture, so like a shape that you something like wow that appears in inside the field. And so this also was another shape, was like something that on your way that is very, very like flat, appears something when about life, when you are like you study, you make research, always is like a difficult walk going through your life. So if you really want to live, you have to walk and on steps. So it's like life is like an appearance. All what
Very
happens in
nice.
your life. The idea was like this.
Very nice. And you have been super productive, Barbara, for that short of time with hearing only half of it. So really great. That's beautiful. And of course, it also reminded me your wonderful artworks with the folds you create. Very nice. Thank you so much.
Thank you to you.
Thank you. And now Liz.
The word appearance made me think about people who just appear in our lives, and often we don't even think about them. So this morning I was going for a walk and I saw this woman. She is the nosy Parker of our community. She minds everyone's business. So I didn't talk to her, I just walked on. Then I saw another guy. This guy was looking like he'd been at the nightclub all night and was just on his way home. Then I saw this woman. She was looking like very confused and frustrated. I think she must have had a fight with her husband. The next person who appeared on the path was this woman. I think she was heading towards a local school, so she might be a school teacher. There was another woman on the street we crossed. I think she was waiting for Uber. She must be going to a fashion show.
You're so nice.
And then we saw this other woman. Oops. Her face was mainly covered, so we could see a little bit, and it was hard to even know what she was thinking. But she was heading towards where all the exercise equipment was. And my husband did comment, how can she exercise with all those clothes on?
Oh, that's super.
And then we came across our neighbor. He was very excited because his son was graduating from university.
Beautiful. Wow.
Wow, they are so nice. You have been working all so hard, like from Alice's beautiful details to the many people we saw, to all the beautiful pieghe and folds. Thank you so much. This was a very nice drawing session. Thank you so much to all of you. Wonderful.
Yes, thank you.
And we hope, of course, that you share your drawings with us. Below you see in the banner, we have two hashtags we always use. One is Lapis TV and the other one is Tea Time Doodler. And we also invite everyone who is watching us to share their works on Instagram and on or on Facebook, so that we can repost and make a nice collection of all the beautiful things you produced. We will be back on May 28th, right, Anne-Sophie? We are looking forward. The next
May 28th, that is now. So we will be back.
Yes. Oh, I'm sorry.
On June 4th.
June 4th. Time is flying, really. We are already almost in June. That's true. Yes. So see you in 1 week. We hope you join us. And thank you so much for today's session.
Yes, thank you to everyone, and hope to see your drawings online.
Thank you so much. Have a happy weekend. Bye-bye to everybody.
Have a nice
Ciao.
weekend.
Ciao,
Thank you.
ciao.
Bye
Ciao.
bye.